say a whole bunch of things. At the end of the day, you have to show it.
And you want to get the fans going in your own building? Hit Crosby. And then he has a set of hands that are incredible. Back through the legs, off the skate. Domi doesn't pick it up. Too much ice to cover for everybody.
A save by Hart. Wow. He got right to left. Incredible goal by Giroux. Watch this. Puck protection and elevates that shot. Giroux walks through. Oh my goodness. This is something special right here.
Be a Flyer.
Everyone's having a good time. Obviously, it's Vegas, and everybody had a good time last night. But
look at Giroux on the play. Did you see that? Claude Giroux with his 7th all.
I did not see that.
Highlight reel goal.
Even John Gibson looking at that one saying, oh, man, how did he get in all alone? And, you know, this is going to be an interesting guy come trade deadline time, don't you think? Claude Giroux, still one heck of a player. Here's a little example of backhand, forehand. Gibson, no chance on that one. The captain of the Philadelphia Flyers, will he remain a
everyone's having a good time. Obviously, it's Vegas.
One more time for
good
good luck.
time last night, but
look at Giroux on the play. Did you?
I mean, I won't lie. That was a nasty shot. But, I mean, you also have to admit.
I had a quick trigger.
It's all-stars. So, I mean, all-star break. There's really no defense.
I mean, if you didn't want to see any defense or anything, you should have watched Pro Bowl earlier today.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
One of the
but why couldn't he do that? Why couldn't he do that during a shootout?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, where was that at during a shootout?
Welcome to episode 5 of the Pucking Flyers, where we don't know what the F is going on.
All
right.
It frustrates me. Sorry.
So we got a little bit of a packed show today. We got Danny Briere news a little bit. If you're a longtime Flyers fan, you know who that is. He was on the 2010 Cup team. He got a bit of a promotion this past week. As you saw, Claude Giroux was in the All-Star game. He was the captain for the Metropolitan Division. He may or may not have gotten an award because of many goals and assists that he has not shown yet. A little bit of a question about all-star breaks in hockey. You know, is it losing traction? In all sports, or all the all-star games, you know, kind of not as exciting as they used to be. Obviously, we're going to go through the Phantoms update and our weekly predictions. All right. With the news, Danny Briere getting promoted to assistant to the general manager.
Good for him. I think it's well-deserved. And I'm excited to see what he does in his new spot. Now that he actually has a spot. Granted, he had a lot of say beforehand. But now that he officially has the spot, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, I saw someone on Twitter earlier say, oh, well, we need to stop hiring former players as like assistant GMs and GMs. And somebody literally said, you know, most GMs are former players, right?
Well, I think he's speaking to like former NHL players. I mean, obviously, if you're a GM of the team, you're most likely a player or a fan of that sport. I mean, Howie Roseman has never strapped on any pads of football, but he's a GM. You know.
Yeah, look how he's doing.
All right, we're not getting into that. Faith. That's all we got to say because we have nothing with this team right now.
But no, I think Danny coming in, being assistant to the GM is definitely a good thing. He knows the organization. He's played for the organization. I mean, you know, back when we had some hope. And he already is, I think, owner of the Maine Mariners, which we already have some ties to them. They're an ECHL team. So he already knows the administrative side of running a hockey team.
Yeah. Something that is also interesting, the Montreal Canadiens were also looking at him to be their, like, you know, big general manager. So that's something to keep in mind of what the rest of the league thinks of him. So what do you think is going to change now that instead of being like a consultant, he has a legit title? And do you think um, that they can kind of sustain or build upon what they already have? Using his knowledge.
Sorry,
absolutely.
I just looked at your name.
Huh? Tankathon. I know. I'm going to get into that.
You told me to add it in the beginning, so I did.
I just realized it was changed. Leave me alone.
I mean, he's the one that wants a tankathon, and yet the Flyers are on a 2-game winning streak.
I know. I said before.
We need the party sound alert for that.
I know. I don't have it up yet, but because I was getting something else up, but we haven't.
Do I want to know what
What?
else you were getting up?
Yeah, you do actually, because
I don't know if I want to see that.
I said that one. The Flyers won finally for the first time in like the whole month. Yay! And then I told, I've said that they're going to win the next game, have all this momentum going into the All-Star break, and then just lose it because it's just what happens. And here we are, the updated. We haven't really moved that many spots yet, so there's a pretty big gap, 6 points. So
we actually went down a couple spots.
Well, so we're gonna have to root for Ottawa, Buffalo, Jersey.
Devils really want to beat us in this draft pick.
Yeah, it's the goal. The goal by the end of the season is to get the top 5. That's the goal. But
do you think with Danny Briere now being an assistant to the GM, do you think we'll get there, or do you think we're actually going to lower some more spots? Because he knows what he's talking about.
I think it's not going to be because of Danny Briere. It's going to be because the whole organization would want to get rid of some players to kind of reset for next year, because I don't see them making the playoffs at all. So you kind of have to think of next year right now, and going into the trade deadline, knowing, hey, this guy's a free agent at the end of the year. Let's get something, if it's a pick or I don't know, just cash away for next year. It's just little moves like that can go a long way into starting this aggressive retool, as Chuck Fletcher said.
Yeah. Right now, they're doing a great job for your whole tankathon thing, other than the 2-game winning streak.
Last 2 wins.
I mean, if they pull off a couple more wins, your tankathon name's going to have to go away. Because they're not going to be tanking.
I know. It's going to be a frustrating thing because we all know what's going to happen. They're going to lose a bunch of games leading up to the end of the year and then go on like a 5-game winning streak to close out the year, and it's just going to ruin the draft pick. I mean, we saw what happened with for those of you that are football fans, I mean, we saw the Eagles. The Eagles didn't come out and say that they tanked the game, but they pulled Jalen Hurts in the last game, put in their 3rd-string quarterback because they were winning, and that because they lost the game instead of won, they moved up 4 spots, and then they ultimately used that draft pick to trade with that 6th spot to trade with the Miami Dolphins. They moved back to 10 and to 12, and then they moved from 12 to 10 to get Devontae Smith. So draft position does matter. Not the players, but to front office and fans, it does. Just because it can create a little bit of chaos and it can create some luck that turns your way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this team is confusing.
It's all confusing. But I think we can all agree that Danny Briere is going to be a good, addition to this front office. I think that it can definitely help. I don't think it'll hurt. And we just kind of look forward to next year.
Oh yeah, Briere's definitely going to help.
I think he's just going to be a bright spot, and he's well loved by Philadelphia. We've seen that many times. So, and he's well received.
Yeah. So now we move to a little bit of good news. Claude Giroux over the weekend, as we said before, was a part of the All-Star game. And with Alexander Ovechkin's absence due to COVID, he was named the captain for the Metropolitan team. They do a 3-on-3 mini tournament within all the divisions. And Claude Giroux and the Metropolitan Division won it all and got the MVP of the All-Star game, which was a nice kind of accolade that he gets to share with his wife and his kid.
Yeah. Like that's really good for him. He's still one hell of a player, even at the age of 30, 34?
34.
Yeah. So like he still has a lot of potential in this league, and if he does decide to go somewhere else, like he definitely has a solid chance at winning the cup wherever he goes. So he just has to pick that right team.
Yeah, Chuck Fletcher said it before that he's not going to get traded unless Claude Giroux comes to him and says, "Hey, I want to go win this year."
Yeah.
And even if he is traded, there's a very good chance he could be back next year. I mean, it's happened before, and it's not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he does get traded, and I would totally be happy to re-sign him back again. Like, he's just an outstanding player, and I'm very happy at everything that he's done this season and previous seasons. Even though like the Flyers are in a complete rough spot, he still seems to find ways to produce and shine. And if he does get traded, I just wish him the best. But he seems a very determined person too. So I have a feeling he is going to want to go all the way with the Flyers and not with another team.
Yeah.
Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that he would rather stay with the Flyers, or do you think he would?
I just have this feeling that, like John said, maybe he'll get traded. He'll go win the cup somewhere else this year, and then he'll come back. I'm on the only Carolina Hurricanes group on Facebook, and they're like talking about Giroux.
Trader.
Shut up! I'm not a traitor. And people
She's just buying jerseys of another team.
No, yeah. I'm not. I didn't buy any jerseys, John. Shut up.
Oh, roast. Getting testy. Picked a good day to mess with her.
Are we done?
No, probably not.
Anyway,
he just grunts.
I have my finger over some buttons, but I didn't want to be rude, so it's all right.
You didn't want to be rude. That's first.
We might be past that point, but it's all
right. We're way past that point.
They were talking about like Giroux coming to the Hurricanes, and I'm like, you guys don't need a center. You have a center, so who would you trade off your team for Giroux? Like, it just wasn't making any sense. But I see him going somewhere else.
Well, if he was traded, I don't think it would be for a player. It would be for picks. It would be maybe a minor leaguer that would possibly help later down the line. But I think it's majority of it's going to be picks, because that's what you ultimately need. You would also have to, if you do trade Giroux to because a title contending team is not going to get rid of their players just to add Claude Giroux. They just want to add to that. Yeah. So it would be draft picks. It wouldn't be, the Carolina, if they did go to Hurricanes, it would just be, an add-on, and they'd be like, look, whoever's that fourth liner is screwed. So
I know when I talked to Jamie earlier this week, I think he said he would rather see him go to like the Avs or the Wild. If he had to, if he was choosing to leave.
Mm-hmm. Did you say why?
He didn't. It was just like a
crap.
great conversation. But I mean, the Avs have been doing really well, except they just lost to the Coyotes, which is like losing 18 games in a row. But you know.
Well, I did see a video of a Jets fan screaming that they lost to the Flyers. I'll have to pull it up because
Oh yeah, you
funny.
sent me that. I thought that was great.
I'll play it. Hold on, give me a second.
It was a picture, and it was a picture of the Avs like logo, and it said broken 18 home game winning streak by losing to the Arizona Coyotes. And I was like, that's like losing 18 games in a row.
Yeah. Pat, where did I send that video to you? What app?
TikTok.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also sent like 6 other videos since then, so have fun finding that. That's all I gotta say.
Just give me a second. You guys continue. All right, so talk about the All-Star break. I think we've talked about it prior to the show about how it is kind of declining. It hasn't
I don't
juice
think
at all.
I don't think it's kind of. I think it is declining. Like this year, it seemed to be a little more peppy, and they seem to have a little more fun with it. But in years past, it seems like that they did the event just to do the event and get it over with. They didn't really like want to do anything fancy or funny or make it entertaining for the fans. They just kind of did what they wanted to do.
Yeah. This is probably the first year in a couple of years I've watched bits and clips, bits and pieces of it. But it hasn't been good the last couple of years. And then of course you throw Machine Gun Kelly in at the end, and that ruined it all. But
yeah, like, and the one thing I hate about the All-Star break this year, especially, is that when Claude Giroux scored, they played the Flyers goal sound.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like,
I hated that.
I was saying he doesn't hear that enough, but he hears that enough.
I hear it plenty.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't hear it at all.
Giroux? Yeah, he does. He's heard it 17 times this year. 18?
They don't score enough.
Well, the team itself doesn't, but everybody else does.
Okay, so my whole take about the All-Star break is I think in all sports it's kind of stupid. I don't think the players want to be there for any sport. I think it's I think it's good that they get rest in the middle of the year, but I just don't see the point in A, playing the game, and B, kind of traveling and making these players not be able to rest or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the rest of the team on vacation. You got Travis Konechny looking whiter than ever, eating chicken nuggets and French fries poolside.
I would rather get rid of it altogether. I mean, because in these, they've stretched out the roster so much that pretty much anybody can be an all-star. That being selected to an all-star team doesn't have as much value as it did 10 years ago.
Look at the private chat real quick. Sorry.
Way to ruin my thought process.
You're welcome. I'm trying to win some money here. I'm sorry.
I just think getting rid of it would be the best option. I mean, I don't know what I would put in place of it. I do like how they were doing different skills competitions, but I honestly don't see the point.
I do have to point out, though, that Claude Giroux...
You have my full attention.
Claude Giroux's oldest son, Gavin, was walking around that locker room like he owned the place. Just saying.
Oh, how much Claude Giroux spent with his son there was outstanding.
Well, that's really what it's turned into, which is great, but that doesn't help the fans at all.
I mean, All-Star breaks more like just the top players the top players coming together and just putting on a little show and just enjoying their time. I don't really know how much it's geared towards fans anymore.
It's supposed to be towards fans, though. That's what sells the tickets. That's what makes them able to do what they're able to do every night.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I haven't been interested in the All-Star games in years.
I haven't been interested in any. I mean, other than the NBA dunk contest, I mean, I don't even watch the NBA All-Star game. I don't watch MLB All-Star game because the only All-Star game that was worth watching was baseball because it meant something for later in the year. You know, whoever won that game got home field advantage in the World Series. They took that away a couple years ago, and now it means nothing. Now you just have guys throwing as hard as they can, and the batters just swinging as hard as they can. So it's, you know, a bunch of strikeouts and like 3 or 4 home runs. I mean, that's really it.
Yeah.
I just think it's just I'm kind of with John. Oh my god, I'm agreeing. It's pointless.
Welcome to the dark side.
I still don't like it. Pat's
That was
still my
loud
favorite.
as hell. Yeah, like, no, it's honestly just not entertaining anymore. The All-Star break, honestly, if the All-Star break went away, I really don't think many people would be upset about it. Yeah, you'd have the few hundred that would be in uproars about it, but out of the millions of fans in all sports all around the
I think
all around the world, like
I think
really
if you
don't
polled the players, they would say, I'll take the 3 or 4 days of just rest. Of, you know, let's just, you know, if I want to travel, I'll go and travel. But, you know, I think most of them would stay in their city and just kind of enjoy the downtime for a little bit and then get ready for the second half of the year.
Yeah, enjoy their time with their family a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they don't it's been months since they've really seen their family for a while. Like for more than a day or for more than a few hours, really.
Yeah.
Before they like go to sleep and then wake up and go back to the ice.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm sure they'd enjoy that little bit of time with their family instead of having to fly all the way to Vegas and be in a competition they really don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it in the Pro Bowl. I mean, JJ Watt tweeted out that he's seen walkthroughs that are more intense than whatever the Pro Bowl showed today. So I just think a lot of players won't enjoy it. Most likely.
Yeah, I'm sure many of them would vote out for it.
Yeah.
They
I
just don't want
think if they could, they would back out of it.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's where we're at. We touched on this a little bit earlier. Claude Giroux possibly getting traded. If he does, I think he would miss 1,000 games as a Flyer. So the question is,
sorry, John, his 1,000th game, I think Jamie said, is coming March 16th or 17th. I forget the date.
Oh, so it's before the trade deadline.
But they can always trade.
It could always happen. So I guess we could do this as a yes or no type of thing. Do you think Claude Giroux will reach 1,000 games?
As a Flyer, I want to say yes. I'm going to hold out hope.
Pat?
Probably.
I don't think he gets traded. I think he's here the rest of the year, and then they re-sign him.
I said that to somebody earlier today. I was like, I don't think he's going to get traded at trade deadline. I think he's going to hold out until the summertime.
If they don't trade him, I think he's back next year. I don't think he leaves, but right now would be his only chance I see of him going to a different team.
In the near future, anyway. Maybe like 3 years down the line, I could see him going to another team.
No, I mean, I think if you're that far down the line, I mean, you just kind of stay put. And if Pat, if we're in the same situation 3 years down the line, we have a lot bigger issues than just Claude Giroux leaving.
I mean, we've had those same bigger issues for 45 years.
Boom. Roasted.
Yeah.
And yes, I had to look down at my watch for that. Put emphasis on the time portion of it.
You could have just filled that with X, and we would have knew what you meant. Like algebra class, X.
Oh, I never knew what X was in algebra class.
It's a number that is just continuously ongoing. All right, Sam, Phantoms update. You sent us a picture about some cool unis with the American flag and the Phantoms.
Unis.
So the boys, first and foremost, our goaltender on the Phantoms, Pat Nagel, is at the Olympics right now for the next 3 weeks. He actually tweeted out a video earlier today of the opening ceremonies that he walked in. So that was pretty cool to watch. This is an opportunity that these guys more than likely would never get, ever. So it's cool to see one of your own off doing that. They had a game Friday night, which I was at, and they won 5-1. Not sure where they pulled that out of, but
we want the Phantoms to tank too. That was a lot longer than I thought.
Anyway, Hayden Hodgson had 2 goals. Wyatt Wiley had 2 assists and his 2nd goal of the season. Hayden made his 10th goal of the season. And Cal O'Reilly also had another goal that night. Really proud of Wyatt. He's really coming into his confidence, and he's starting to show his skill and his talent. He had a pretty, I wouldn't say bad injury, but it was an injury that he was out for a good chunk of the beginning of the season. He had it was like a shoulder strain, something like that. But he's doing great now. And Hayden Hodgson, I would watch him because he's following Max Willman's path. Playing in the ECHL and coming up to the AHL. He was on a PTO contract in the beginning of the season and earned a 2-year AHL contract probably within a month of playing.
Dang.
He's very good. He's very talented and just an all-around nice guy. During the press conference Friday night, Lappy was like, yeah, we won 5-1, but, it's kind of, he was like, I know what they're capable of, and they weren't playing to what they were capable of. They got very casual in the second, and they looked...
Where have we heard that before?
If you score 3 goals in the first period and you go into the second with, I wouldn't say a cocky attitude, but the attitude of, oh yeah, we're gonna win.
Got him! Got him!
I'm done. But they did get casual in the second, and it was just, I literally sat there in the press box and I was like, this team gives me a headache. And then the third period, they came out and...
Yeah. It sounds like they're just like the big club, but they play well in the first, lose it let the game get tied or lose the game in the second, and then third period is kind of a toss-up trying to catch up.
I mean, they were already ahead. Providence had only scored 1 goal, and that was during the second. And I think that kind of like gave them a shock of, we need to pick it up. And so they picked it up. But yeah, I mean, we had Hayden Hodgson in the press conference, obviously Lappy and Wyatt in the press conference. And Wyatt took no credit for his goal. He's like, oh yeah, I mean, it was purely Garrett on that play. He was just standing there in front of me and made it easy for me. These guys make my job easy. And I'm like, dude, just take credit for the goal that you made. You did it. Like, but he is a defenseman, so.
What do you have against defensemen?
I love defensemen.
Better love defensemen.
I love Wyatt. Wyatt's great. He's a great kid, comes from a great family.
Well, better love defensemen.
TJ Brennan was a defenseman. That was like my first hockey player. He's my favorite. He will always be my favorite.
Do we really want to know?
You are fake news.
Even though I get crap for it every time I wear a jersey at the arena.
would you say that you feel
Emotional damage.
Oh, God, you're annoying.
John's getting more clever with these sound alerts.
I told you, you're gonna have to carry me out on a stretcher for carrying the show. All right.
I mean, I have
Sorry,
my
I was
jersey
distracted.
sitting right here.
My bad. I still take blame. I was distracted.
Sam, anything else with the Phantoms that you would like to share to our blessed listeners?
They got rolled over yesterday.
Nice.
Isaac Ratcliffe got a goal. Oh, Morgan Frost was a big playmaker Friday night.
I do like. I don't even think we even thought of this. I do like that they sent down a good number, like York, Frost, Ratcliffe, whoever
Frost,
else.
Ratcliffe, and Cates.
Yeah, they send them down just to keep playing. I think that's
keep them fresh.
Also, the taxi squad has now timed out, so who knows what's gonna happen? I guess as of tomorrow, are we gonna bring York back up? Are we gonna bring Ratcliffe back up? Like, who's going back up?
I hope all 4 of them come back up because they played really well.
Yeah,
the young the guys in the AHL have played better than the guys in the NHL for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been proud of the guys, so I hope all 4 of them come back up. Send JVR down for all I care.
Yeah. So I guess by our next episode we will know, who's up,
going
who's
to
down.
be up? Yeah.
So today
probably
is
going to
the
know by
6th.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, because I assume that everybody's flying back today. Tomorrow they'll most likely have practice, if not definitely Tuesday. And then they have a game Wednesday against the Red Wings, and then at home, and then they have 2 days off, and then they play Saturday in Detroit against the Red Wings again. So
I'm looking at the wrong week. I was like, what the hell are you looking at? My bad.
Yeah, no. So before we get into our predictions, I just want to share a video that I enjoy. I know Patrick will laugh once he sees this. He has no idea what's coming.
Oh God.
But this is something that I tweeted out or tweeted at our Twitter account, Pucking Flyers. Just take a listen.
Oh.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. If we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
All right.
It has happened before.
Let's see some muscle. All right. So
I'm actually really curious how their energy is going to look. Are they going to keep the same energy as they've had the previous 4 games? Or are they going to go right back into their slump again, where they seem like their legs aren't moving and they're just not playing to their potential that they can definitely play to?
I think that you will see a lot of energy in the first, but the real question is what's going to happen second and third period. That's really where they struggle, specifically in the second when teams make adjustments. I think it's going to be key just to keep it consistent and come out full force because you play the game Wednesday, then you have another 2 days off before you go play the same team again. So I think
you have a couple days rest.
Yeah, so I think you really have to get off to a good start and just maintain it going into the second, and you should be all right.
Yeah, I think just maintain the same energy you come out with. If we come out sucking in the first, that's the energy that they usually keep.
Yeah. All right. So
usually once they start sucking in a game, they don't get better.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
No matter where in the game.
Yeah. All right.
Just like every girl in my high school.
Jesus.
I know that this doesn't have anything to do with the Flyers, since it is Olympic, like the Winter Olympics. There were 2 minutes left in the second period when I got this update, but U.S. women's hockey was 7-0, and the U.S. had 3 players on a hat trick watch, and the shots on goal were 44-8. And that was
the U.S. team dominates. U.S. women's team dominates. They have so many skillful players. That women's USA team could probably compete against most of these NHL players. I feel like.
I said to my friend who gave me the update, I was like, "Can we just replace them, like the Flyers, with them?"
I'd be okay with that.
Pat only goes to a Flyers game for the Ice Girls.
I was lucky enough to actually know one personally.
That's what I would be chasing after. I'd be chasing him away from the Ice Girls the entire time.
I mean,
why would you want to do that? I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Caw!
That's him in the top row, trying to reel one in.
I actually saw the USA women's team and the Canada women's team play each other at the PPL Center opening weekend of the Phantoms weekend, and Canada just steamrolled them. And there were fights. Like, me and my friend looked at each other. We're like, are they allowed to fight? And like 30 seconds later, there was a fight. I was like, oh, well then. All right. I don't got to wait till tomorrow night.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Should we do predictions for this week, even though it's only 2 games?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to get to. All right.
Well, you asked for anything else, so I gave my opinion. Gosh!
Angry.
The hell was that?
Jeez. All right. So, as I've said before, 7 o'clock this Wednesday at the Wells Fargo Center, they will be taking on the Detroit Red Wings.
There's going to be Detroit weddings.
And then on Saturday, they play that same Detroit Red Wings team, but in Detroit.
Roll your eyes at me.
I can do whatever I want. It's a free
I'm talking to Sam.
I'm still saying I can do whatever I want. I wasn't even looking. I just assumed it was about me. All right. So, Sam, what do we think?
We're playing the Red Wings both times. What's the Red Wings record right now? Clearly, I don't have the app open.
Yeah, I got you. So, according to Tankathon,
they're 20-21.
They are the 11th worst team, and we're the 7th. Yes.
I think they're going to go 1-1. I stole Sam's spotlight. Sorry. I'm going 1-1.
I'm 50-50 with that. 1-1.
Wow, I can't pick 1-1 now. I think.
All right, so the question is, though, are they going to win at home or are they going to win away?
Wait, I didn't get to choose.
Away.
I don't care, John, right now. All right, I'll go with home then. Make it different. I'm going to say they're going to win at home. Even though they're kind of scared of their own fans, I think they're going to win at home.
Let's be honest, I think they're scared of Gritty.
Who wouldn't be scared of Gritty, man? That guy comes up to you, claps his hands, and it squeaks. Like, what the?
I don't think
scare
John
me too.
Gritty. I think John is Gritty.
I could be. And you guys don't even know it.
No, he can't be because I've sat next to him full games as I'm watching Gritty, so. But they do look similar, other than the fact that John's not a redhead and he doesn't have a weird beard.
I'm the redhead, so maybe I'm Gritty.
He's my cousin, sir. Spaceballs. All right. I am going to say 1-0-1.
Oh, you thinking they're grabbing 3 or 4 points?
Yes.
Because both Sam and I said we're going 1-1.
Yeah, so I had to be different. So I think they're going to win at home and lose in a shootout on Saturday.
Well, they can't score in a shootout, so you got a pretty good chance of doing that one.
If you guys see me doing this was the famous move of when I was watching the Phantoms lose 7 games in a row. John, you're giving me a headache.
Am I?
You are.
Wait, what do you do this time? I'm a little confused.
I don't know what I did this time. I guess
I don't know what you did this time.
I looked at her.
That's the whole point. He's just John.
I looked at her weird. I don't know.
weird.
Women's intuition, I guess. Like, I'll just be mad at John.
I mean, does Marissa get mad at you for no reason?
No, because I don't do anything wrong.
Hold on, let me change that sentence. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that is true because she was on her way home today, and I was like, "You're gonna make me get up, aren't you?" And she's like, "What was it? The first time you've gotten up all day?" I said, "No, I got up to throw my laundry in the washer, got up again to throw my laundry in the dryer, and then I'm getting up again because you're coming back."
Fair enough.
So 3 times. 4 if you count me moving.
I was gonna say we got him a 4th.
We're important to him.
I don't think it's us. I think it's the podcast more than us.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
You want to know what's funny? If he played that as a sound alert, he still doesn't have the page up, so we can't hear.
I've been playing all these sounds, and you guys have gotten no reaction from it.
Nope.
We're gonna need a clip of that.
I don't even know how I can clip these.
Oh, brother!
I gotta figure out clips of these, because that would be good to post too on Twitter.
I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't.
All right, is that it?
I think so.
The Phantoms have a couple games this week, guys. And by a couple, I mean a lot.
5.
Like a lot. I'm getting the schedule up now because I need to know.
Oh, who cares?
We do.
Dude, I did not know what to expect out of that sound.
They play the Senators AHL team Tuesday night, and we play Hershey Friday and Sunday, and Wilkes-Barre on Saturday.
Okay, she's back.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's only 3.
No, that's 4.
Oh, I only heard 3. I was paying more attention to your face that froze on the camera.
Sorry, we play the Senators AHL team, which is the Belleville Senators, on Tuesday night, and we play Hershey on Friday and Sunday, and we play Wilkes-Barre on Saturday.
Oh, I missed the and Sunday. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. And then
I thought it was just Tuesday, Friday, Saturday.
And those are all home games. So they're home a lot this month, which is nice.
Sam doesn't have to travel.
I don't travel for them anyway. I lie.
What kind of writer are you?
I go to Wilkes-Barre and Hershey because they're
brother, this guy stinks.
I go to Wilkes-Barre and Hershey because they're the closest arenas. And Hershey isn't even close. Hershey's like 2 hours. So I have AHL TV, Pat. Thank you very much. John's my favorite this week.
Jeez.
He's done more stuff against you than I have.
He hates me.
I don't hate anybody. Why do people think I hate people?
That is true. He gets told that like every day.
I may be a pain in the butt, but that's just because it's who I am.
He learned from the best. This guy. Imagine growing up with an older brother like me.
I know.
Emily loved it. I was on her side half the time.
I do have an older brother.
I've learned how to just tweak people and get them annoyed at me.
I have a couple friends that know how to do that really well. So
John would fit right in.
If you need tips from one, I can send you.
But not to you.
Just the tip, right?
Yes, John, just the tip.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy.
I love how we've
Damn.
totally gone off the Flyers. Totally going off the Flyers now.
That sound alert made no sense with what we were talking about.
I said that's what she said, and then I played, damn, she's thick.
Oh, and since we have like the Reading Royals in the background here, but they had a game last week, I think, where they scored 9-2.
They scored 9-2.
They were 9 goals. First. I don't even know who they played because I don't really follow.
That's like whenever the Flyers play against the Rangers.
Where the Rangers score 9, yes. But
Yeah.
this was Reading that scored 9. So
That's impressive. Yeah. Some team in the Philadelphia organization actually did really well in a game.
Shocking, I know.
Oh.
If you say just the minor league, I'm going to jump through this screen.
Say it. Say it.
You know, the Phantoms, I want to be all aboard the Tankathon streak. They should lose. I should write a petition for them to lose every game out so that they can just be like the big league club.
John,
like brother, like
I wanna
older
be the
brother, like
favorite
little
again. Say
brother.
it.
I will leave this studio. Not come back.
John, say it. I want to be the favorite again. Say it.
You
won't.
said it. I don't
balls,
need to be
you
the
won't.
favorite. People think I need to be the favorite. I don't choose one way or the other. I just get told normally.
No. He hates the minor league, Pat, so it's fine.
I don't. First of all, I don't hate the minor league. I just like annoying whoever's talking.
So me.
No, I annoy Patrick too, but he learns to just brush it off and say something
take
back.
it. Yeah. I find my moment to get him back.
You guys are still.
It's not. No, it's not always right away. You got to find your moment. Got to find your moment and just hit him with a dagger. Or a sledgehammer. Either or.
You know what? I already destroyed one man's ego this week. I can't do it again.
You don't.
Wasn't
How would you
ours.
destroy my ego? I don't have an ego.
You don't.
Apparently,
have
you don't have an aim either.
An aim?
Yeah, isn't that what you said? How can you destroy my aim? And then you switched it up to
Oh,
ego.
Did I?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have an ego. I don't think.
I lost my ego.
Sam,
like
I don't
15
know
years
why
ago.
you would want to hurt my feelings like that.
I don't have any anger towards either of you. It's just
Exactly.
one certain person.
Yet. Give it some time.
I'm annoying, but you don't hate me, so.
Give it some time. We're like the Flyers.
I'm like a little.
Give it some
fly on
time.
the
We'll
wall
find
that
a way
you
to piss you
flick
off.
away, and then I just keep on coming back.
It is only week 5.
It is. We still have.
When did we start
I
sucking?
don't know. When does John die first?
Beats me.
That's how long we have.
All right, I think we've drug out this podcast long enough.
Probably. We could probably edit out like the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. That'll wrap it up for today, for episode 5. Go follow our Instagram account, Twitter, both at Pucking Flyers. Tweet at us, questions, comments, letting me know if I have an ego or not. And go listen to Six Pack Coverage. Go follow and subscribe to them on their networks. Our videos on there. We post our podcast to Anchor, which then sends it to Spotify. So go hit that play button for us so that we can have some more plays and kind of grow this podcast for all of us. See you guys next week, I think.
John, thank you for not eating cookies today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's because I ate at like 6:45, 7 o'clock. I'm about to bring them out for Halo, so it doesn't really matter.
Thought it was Gears.
I don't know. I keep on getting texts about which game we're playing. I really don't know.
Good thing I have that group chat muted. All right, peace out, guys.
Sam, you can say goodbye. Thank you.
Wow.